everyone, my name is Tara Wade and I'm going to be telling you that's great. What's up everyone? My name is Tara Wade and today I'm going to be telling you my Flashguide story, and so grab yourself some tea, sit down, because we're going to have a good time. So, couple things about me. I am a theater studies, performance, and psychology major. I am from Pittsburgh, PA. I am a first generation college student, and who am I? Okay, that's it. We're gonna get started. So starting back my senior year of high school, going into senior year, I was convinced I was going to this school in New York. I was like, I am going, there's no other school for me. And then when it actually came time to apply, I got really scared and I was like, no, I can't do this. It's too far away from home. I don't have the credentials to get in. It's too expensive. There's no way it's gonna happen. So I needed a backup plan. And I got home from school one day and I had this booklet waiting for me from Kent State. And when I was looking at schools, I knew I wanted a school that had a really, really nice campus and like an actual like college town feel to it. I knew I wanted a school that had a lot of student extracurriculars to do and a lot of really great student life. And I knew I wanted a school that I could still perform, even if I wasn't a musical theater or strictly performance major. So I was looking through a lot of their majors and I saw that they offered theater, and I knew that their theater program was pretty well up there. And I turned to my mom and I was like, hey mom, like, what do you think of Kent State? And she was all for it. So after doing more research, I think I literally like applied that next day and committed before I even like took a tour of campus. And everything just really fell into place for me, and I was as happy as I could have ever been with my choice and my decision. My senior year, to say the least, was pretty rocky. I was not having a good time senior year. So I was even more ready to get out. And I'm a first generation college student. My parents didn't go to college. My sister didn't attend a four-year university, so I only had a cousin who was a lot older than me, who had actually also gone to Kent State, and a lot of really great friends who were also older than me that went to college that really helped me figure out what to do. Everything from financial aid to FAFSA to what to buy for my dorm room, you know, like all of it was so confusing and so challenging. And one other huge thing that I used was our One Stop for Student Services. So One Stop for Student Services is literally any questions you could have about financial aid or scholarships or FAFSA or just literally anything underneath the sun, just go to One Stop. And I was probably on the phone with them every single day before I got to school, just asking all these questions, and they did a really great job of making me understand everything that was going on so that I could also explain it to my parents. Even when I got to campus, they were even more of a tremendous help, which was amazing too. So when I started my first year, a lot of the huge struggles that I had was definitely figuring out a balance between work and play. So I just had this weird phenomenon in my brain that if I was not doing something productive literally at all hours of the day, that I was like gonna fail out of school, which is so wild to think about, and I don't know why. Like, my brain thought this to be true, but for some reason it was. So when I was really struggling with my mental health, I sought out the counseling center in Whitehall, which is free to students, and I made an appointment and I went. And it was really nice because I was already used to seeing a therapist at home, but now home was 2 hours away. So it was really nice to just find really great support on this new place that I was calling home to, and it really helped with my transition. And eventually I just really learned this balance between, you know, okay, now it's time to be a student and get all my work done, but also saying okay to hanging out with my friends and, you know, just making really great memories, because college is supposed to be fun, you know. It's, people always say it's the best 4 years of your life because it's supposed to be. Of course, you know, bad things can happen and you're gonna have really bad days sometimes, but, you know, I am so lucky to just have found this really great support system, ranging from my professors to my friends and just everyone in between. Something else that I struggled with my first year, but not until my second semester, was homesickness. I am from Pittsburgh, which is only about 2 hours away from campus, and it was really weird for me because I'd always watched my friends go through being homesick and really helping them through it, but I'd never really experienced it myself. So I remember like when I was having these feelings of like, oh, I really miss home, I like didn't know what to do. So it was like kind of weird. But some ways that I really helped myself get through that, and some ways that my friends, and some tips that my friends have given me too, was definitely calling and texting my parents more, because I didn't really do that my first semester. I was like fine being on my own for the most part. So second semester, when I started to get more homesick, I started just calling and texting my parents more, and just texting them randomly more often of like, hey, like, you know, what are you doing? And like asking to see pictures of like my dog and my cat. And I'm really, really close to my older sister, so I call her, FaceTime her about once a week to bother her, you know, when I'm walking to class, or if I have like a really quick lunch break, I'll call her, and it just like makes me feel more connected at home, even though I'm spending some time away. And then also leaning on my friends who were also out-of-state students, because all of us were kind of going through it together. So something that really, really helped my transition, and even my homesickness a little bit too, was getting more involved. So a way that I did that was I actually created my own organization, because, so I'm a choreographer, and my best friend Ryan is a choreographer, and we really wanted a space where choreographers could teach their pieces, and even just have a space to create more pieces, and dancers or non-dancers could just come and have fun and work on new things and work on new styles. So we created Choreography Club, and that's probably also one of my favorite memories too of Kent State, is just seeing how much it's flourished and seeing how much we've added to the community and even created our own, which is super amazing to have something like that to look at and to see how much it's grown. And then another thing was, after my own DKS, I remember looking at the Flashguides and I was like, I'm gonna do that. That's gonna be me. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm gonna make it happen. So spring semester, I took the Peer Leadership Training course, or PLTC, and it's the required course for all leadership positions on campus. So flash guiding, I'm also an RA, or a resident assistant, so I was taking that course for that as well, and a bunch of other ones I could list off right now. And it was a great way to not only learn really, really great leadership skills, but to meet other people who were also interested in doing the same things that I was too. And I am super lucky and super thankful that that class did open up a ton of doors for me, like being a flash guide, being a resident assistant, and a bunch of other things too. And I'm super thankful for that. In a huge way that I made my closest friends to this day was in those situations where all of us were just scared. So your first night when you move in, if you're living in a resident hall, you'll have a welcome meeting with your resident assistant, and it was that meeting that I made my closest friends that also lived on the same floor as me. And then also your freshman year experience class, or FYE, I really, really enjoyed that class because I was in a class with a bunch of people in my major, and I was also in a class with other people who were first year students, so I could ask really silly questions like, hey, where's this building that I don't know how to get to? And it was just all these people all coming together to just really help each other get through our first year, which is super, super awesome. And I guess if I could tell myself anything looking back on my first year, I would just tell myself to calm down. Calm down. It is going to be fine. Everything works out the way it's supposed to, and there is support out there for you. There is always someone willing to help you. There is always someone that has answers for you. But one huge thing about college that I would say is definitely different than high school is that you have to go out and find it, which can be very, very difficult. But once you reach out and accept that help, it's gonna mean astronomical things for you, and it's just really gonna set you up for success at Kent State. Thank you everyone for listening to my flash guide story. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. I hope it gave you some laughs. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out on any of our social media. I promise you I am not doing anything except watching Grey's Anatomy on Netflix, so I am more than willing to answer any and all of your questions, just like all of us are too. Another huge thing I had struggled with my first year, if you're living on campus, well, obviously you're living on campus if you're homesick. Hi everyone, my name is Tara Wade, and I'm gonna be telling you my flash guide story today. Oh.